Well, hello, Stampers. It's the Pampered Stamper. And after an awkward few moments of silence, I had to wait to make sure I was really live. I had some internet issues. I'm a minute late. That's not too bad. My name is Jackie vanderSar-Boot. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in both Canada and in Europe. And I'm so excited about today's card. We have a lot of work in front of us. I'm telling you, next time it's got to be an easier card because this is a lot of layers. I think you're going to love this. Huge thanks to Cheryl Algie, or Algie, Algie is her last name. I came across her card on the demonstrator planning place and it was all done in centimeters and I converted it to inches. And my first card is going to be a little, the one that I took a photo of is going to be a little bit different than the card we're making because I improved on it a little bit. So let's take a look. And my phone has conked out. That is not good. Let me just see what's going on. Oh yeah, because my internet conked out on me. Let's see if we can connect again. There we go. Accept. Sorry, it just happens, you know. Life throws you curveballs. All right, we are back in business. And now I have to make sure that Facebook knows that I'm going to check to make sure that my camera, yes, okay, you can see my desk. You can see this mess. And there is one error, okay? Thankfully, I found it before you could tell me what it is. Hi, Kim, how are you? Nice to have you here. Here is the card. Oh, and you know what? It's not showing me. You guys aren't seeing me, are you? Oh, yeah, you are. Okay, thank goodness. I'm telling you, there's only so many technological failures you can get. So this is the card. And it's a little bit tricky to fold, but it does fold into an envelope. See, it does fit into an envelope. So you just have to figure it out. Oops, now it doesn't want to come apart. There we go. I find that it's the most stable if you pop the bottom out and the back that way in. So beautiful card. Thank you, Cheryl. We are going to get started on making it. So this is what I've used. I didn't take all the paper in here, but this is the stamp set. It's called Light and Wonder. I'm just going to go back and see. Oh yeah, I'm zoomed in quite a bit. We're going to zoom out. These are still from the other day. Let's get them out of the way. Okay, so that's the stamp set, Light and Wonder. I'm finding that it's not really clear, and that means that my internet isn't as great. Hopefully it will get better. And then here are the dies that go with it. Take a look at that. So there's this whole big tree thing. I have not explored with this set at all yet. This is the die that we're using today. Okay? So I'm not going to explore all these other dies. This one does like a water image. It can be mountains. It could also be the outline for the trees. There's clouds. It's really a pretty fantastic set, and it's not just meant for Christmas, okay? It's really about the world of wonder. If you've ever seen the Aurora Borealis, the Northern Lights, it does fill you with light, wonder, and magic. And I think it does something to your soul. So here we are. This is the card base. I have already cut and scored it, and I should have maybe, I don't have another piece here. We're going to put it together, and then I'll see if we have time or inclination, and maybe I'll do a different day where we cut and score it together. I did think about it, but then I went to the market and I did other fun things today. Plus, I made a card for the next day. So let's put our pieces together first. We're going to do the easy things first. We have two pieces of Pool Party. And see, I wrote in pen afterwards, Pool Party DSP, because this is not cardstock. It is the other side of the, what's it called? Oof, I wrote it down somewhere. The Lights of Aurora. Okay, so we're going to have those two, and then these are going to layer on top of it, the Lights of Aurora. And then we have four little pieces, these guys, and we're going to put, so we'll do that first. Well, this is the easy part. We're going to put all our little pieces together, okay? And then we'll go from there. So we need liquid adhesive. Let's move this out of the way. We also have two basic black pieces. I said that they were supposed to be 3x4. It's not true. The Berry Burst piece is 3x4. And then the Pool Party piece is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And then and I must have misplaced this. I'm sure I put it in the picture. I think I must have made the card afterwards. I don't know. And then this piece is 2.5 by 3.5. Okay, so the basic black piece actually has to be the same size as this, 2.5 by 3.5, but we'll get to that later. Okay. All right. Talking a lot, Jackie. Someone said yesterday that they don't like the chit chat. I get that. If you don't like the chit chat, then just watch reels. Do not watch these live videos because there just is chit chat. Good night, Julie. Oh my gosh, you have to get up early for a craft retreat. Okay, you do need to go to sleep. Hi, Marina. Here we go. Let's get started. So yeah, if you don't like chit chat, don't watch these live videos because when you're making a card step by step, it would get super awkward if I didn't chat while I was crafting. It's like when you're crafting together in real life, there's chit chat at the table, right? So, and I know that when you watch live, it's nice to be acknowledged. It's nice to know that someone, this is upside down, I know, that someone has seen you. That's part of it. It's part of the community. So, yeah. We all have choices. I'm happy that you're here. I made a list of all the new people who commented for the first time, and they're going to, one of them is going to get a card, so these have to go like this because the lights are coming from above. Okay? And now I'm just going to turn all of these upside down. See, it's actually the same paper here. There are lots of different shades that you could use as a background. You could use Gorgeous Grape. You could use Azure Afternoon. The colors are all written on the back of the DSP, all the coordinating colors. So that's a helpful hint, okay? I wasn't going to do these little ones at first. I thought that the card would be fine just with a solid, but it does look nice. So we're doing it. Going whole hog. And then we have some embossing to do. And we're going to do some die cutting. I'm going to do it all on screen so you guys can see how it's done. I'm sure a lot of you know, but there's always newbies who haven't seen it. Okay, so here we go. Now we're going to get our card back in. So let's flip those over. See, and I think I even used 2 different pieces for the backing here. I'm not sure. Well, it doesn't matter. It's all nice. The streaks in the sky are never all the same. I have not seen a beautiful, beautiful version of the Northern Lights. I have seen them, but kind of on a moderate version. So, good morning, Betty from Canada. Hello, Jennifer from Australia. Hello, Carol from Chatham. It's good to see you. I have not forgotten, Carol, about the idea. I thought it would be a great idea for my St. Jacob's retreat people to make kind of a yearbook. Not really a yearbook, but a photo directory so that we kind of have this friends guide so that we can stay in touch. So Carol and I are going to work together on that. Well, I first have to get everyone's permission. I have not sent a newsletter out for a little while. So if you want my newsletters, let me know. You can sign up on my blog or let me know and I can add you manually. My newsletters are basically just kind of newsy. They kind of let you know what the deals are from Stampin' Up. I usually have a link to a video. I don't do, like some people have like a big free PDF tutorial and all that. I don't usually do that. So if you're looking for that, don't bother signing up for my video. I have different ways of giving people PDF tutorials. They are a lot of work to make, let me tell you. I am making a PDF tutorial for this set of these 12 days of Christmas, and it will be available after the 12 days are wrapped up, okay? And then I will tell you more about that. I'm excited about it because I just love the cards that we're making. I hope you do too. Hi, Jean from South Dakota. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you're enjoying the series. I am too. It's a lot, guys. I'm like, wow. To go videos every day. All right, so now we're going to make this piece that goes in the middle. It pops up and it goes across like this, and it's really a cool card. Okay, let's do this. I'm just going to put this out of the way for a minute. And you know what? Do I have two of these? Well, no, I don't. This is something else. Okay. And here we go. So there's about 1/4 of an inch going all the way around. If you missed the photo, there's a photo of all the layers and the measurements. Okay. And then I think maybe we'll have time for me to actually cut it with you to show you how to do it, because that is, oh, I forgot to show you. I will show you in a minute. Here. Let's see. Let me move everything. Hi, Anna. Hi, Joy. Now, Joy, tell me, that's not really your name, is it? Is your name really Joy? Because that's pretty cool. I love it. I mean, you can't ever have too much joy. All right. So here is the sketch in centimeters, okay? So basically what you're doing, you have a piece of berry burst that's 20 centimeters by 14.85, and then you're scoring at 5 and at 15. And then at 3.5 centimeters up, you're cutting, oh goodness, what's that, 7.5? Maybe it's at 7, oh goodness, see now I've already, and my ruler's in the other thing. I can't even make sense of this. We're gonna have to do this here, and here it is in inches. So it's 8 inches by 5.5. You're scoring all the way at 2 and at 6. And then you're scoring at the 1 1/4 mark all the way across from the score line to the score line. And you're doing the same thing here. You can just turn it around. It's 1 1/4 and 4 1/4, or 1 1/4 from each end. And then on the middle part, you're scoring, oh yeah, the middle line, that's what the 7.5 was for. 7.5 centimeters is here. You're scoring at 7.5 centimeters from either end. And here you're scoring at 3 inches and at 5 inches, or 3 inches from either end. Okay? We will go through this together. Yes. Okay, so now we're ready to do the black layer. And we're going to cut these trees. So let me move all my sticky notes. There we go. And we're going to cut the trees fairly close to the top. Did I cut this one down smaller? I did not. Okay, well, we can always trim it. I'm moving my die cutting machine underneath, kind of. So again, with the new die cutting machine, it's so nice. Hi, Bernice from BC. So nice to have you here. Hi, Dorinda. Oh, that's nice. I'm glad that you're having your coffee break with me. So number 1, and it tells you right on here, when you're using thin dies, you need number 1, number 2, see? And then the 3-plate, and then your die and your cardstock, and then the other 3-plate. So I love this thing. I love this machine. It folds up nicely. It looks good. Okay, a tip. When you have a die like this, you'll see it does fit through this way. It's always best to run your dies through so that they spend as much time going through the roller as possible. So hi, Mary, nice to have you here. So that's a good thing to do. So I'm going to go fairly close to the top, and I'm going to do it like so. And then we're going to put the other one on top. The important thing is that, oops, that's moving around. Don't want it to move around. Okay, you do want all your pieces to line up together. Oh, I've got too many things in the way. All right, so I'm cranking the handle, and it's going through. It's kind of like an old-fashioned washing machine. I don't know if you guys, I remember we had one in the basement of our farmhouse, and my mom would use the old machine to wash the barn clothes because they were so dirty. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 of these. So we have this one, and that one might be good enough, but Cheryl layered 2 of them. So I'm going to do 1 more, and we'll just examine the possibilities. So this time I'm going to use the other half, like so. Okay. put that on top, squeeze it together, start cranking, and then put your hand up on the handle like so. And then we go through. When you're using your plates, flip them back and forth once in a while. And I'm going to show you something else. Now my plates are fairly old. So here we have 2. So we have another one here. Okay, I'm just moving this out of the way. And then I want to show you. Okay, let's get this out of the way. So take a look at this plate. It looks pretty beat up, doesn't it? And then take a look at this one beside it. It looks a lot better. I always keep this one on the top, and I always keep this one on the bottom. And I've had this for a long time. It's curving a little bit, but if you flip it back and forth fairly regularly, your plate will last longer, okay? So that's a little tip. And if you want, you can even put a little label on the top saying for top use only. Then you'll know. And that will give you a lot more time with your plates. Okay, so now here, take a look at this. And maybe I should have done this sooner. That can go, and it can go up above if you want, but really we want these trees to be just like so. And you can do a couple. No, it kind of looks nice with that. I like it like that. I don't even mind that there's no. Take a look at the difference. See here, we have it going all the way around, and here we just have this at the top. And I kind of like it like this too. It's totally different, a different look. Okay, this is the one with, oh goodness, I hope I didn't screw up. No, I didn't screw up. Good, good. Okay, now we're going to emboss. I think I'm gonna leave it like this. You could cut those trees off and add some more, but I'm thinking, why be difficult? I'm gonna keep it simple. If we cut this off, okay, what do you guys think? Should we have the layer all the way around? Then I have to cut this off. I have to cut a little bit off the bottom anyway. Okay. Well, we're first going to emboss. That will help us decide. Okay. So, I keep my stuff all in a little tray like this. I have my black embossing, my clear, my gold, and then I have the white here, and then I have the little, so the tray comes with these heavy-duty tweezers. They're amazing. This nice big wide brush and an embossing buddy. And the embossing buddy, just keep it in a little pouch. And then store your Versamark. I just keep all my embossing stuff together in there. The Versamark, make sure you store it upside down. Leave the one layer. Okay, yeah, I think so too. All right, so what we're going to do first is we're going to take the embossing buddy. It's basically cornstarch in a little sock, really. And what it does, it removes the static and fingerprints and oils and all that stuff so that your embossing powder doesn't stick where you don't want it to. Okay? So now we're using this one. May the magic of Christmas fill each corner of your home and heart. Cheryl had a different stamp, but I don't have it. I don't even know where it's from. And I thought, well, the words from the season is quite nice. And I thought, I really like that saying. So there you have it. Okay. So, oh, I don't have to open it. It's right here. Okay. So make sure the key to good embossing is that you regularly re-ink your Versamark pad. Okay. Make sure, guys, that if you like my video, that you give me a thumbs up, a like, and a share if you're on YouTube. I love to hear where you're from. Okay, now I'm going to hold it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gives the Versamark ink time to transfer, and then lift it straight up. Oh, it's crooked. Maybe we'll do this one too. We're going to do 2. Well, okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm sure you know what it's like to stamp crooked. Crookedly. An adverb needs an ly at the end. I was an English major. I love words. Give it a little flick, and then you get rid of the extra. See, there's no extra bits. And if there are, you can use the little brush. See, I think there's just a tiny little bit. Okay. Now, you should, actually, I should be showing you do it properly if you don't want to burn your fingers. Hold on to it with your tweezers. Move the Versamark pad out of the way so it doesn't cook. And then hold it in one place. And when it starts changing, that's when you move it around. So let's watch it go. It takes a little bit. There it goes. And then you slowly move your gun. And then when you're done, you kind of want to tilt it like this. I like to do it in the light. And then if you see anything that looks a little dusky, then it hasn't done a good job. It should be shiny and bright. There. Okay. Oh, that doesn't look too bad. It is slightly crooked. But when it's at the bottom, let's see. It doesn't, no, you know what? You'd have to look really hard to see that it was crooked. Shall we see what it looks like if we do it the other way around? Let's see. Oh, this one's totally messed up. I cut this one down. So this one has just the pink going around it, the berry burst. That looks nice too. Let's see if we have room on this one. Okay, we're just having fun playing a little bit. All right, so first the embossing buddy. Embossing buddy has been lost. You know how I do that, right? I don't even know how I do it. Let's see, it must be behind the laptop. Yep, it is. You know, there's only so much room underneath where you're videoing. So it's easy to be hard on myself, but oh my gosh, give it a try, guys. Leave it with one layer only. Thanks, Debbie. All right, it's nice to get feedback. Hi, Lori. Okay, tap, tap, tap. Don't squish it in there because otherwise you get fat letters, like thick, unpronounced. Okay, I'm gonna just pull this in front of me for a minute so that I can see better. And I'm gonna put it off to the right. If it's crooked this time, I don't have an excuse. It looks better. Okay, let's see. We'll pour on the embossing powder and then we'll really know. Give it a flick. That extra flick gets rid of the few extra pieces that are sticking on. And then I'm gonna show you what most people do when they do embossing. This is what they do. They go like this. That's very inefficient. So one place. You're not drying your hair. See, so now it's done. And if we had tissues, then I would just wipe it off because this, I can even do it. You can even, you know what, most of what you can do with the tissue, you can also do with your fingers. See, that extra powder from the embossing buddy just wipes off. So let's see, here it is. Oh, I kind of like that. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, we're gonna do that. And I'm even thinking, I'm gonna do it differently. We're gonna pop this one up. Let me see if I have my black. I do have my black dimensionals. They're minis, but that will do. You can also use the edges. Look at this. I love this. This is great for when you're in a hurry. You can do a whole strip, which is the lazy way. Here. See, and it doesn't even have to be straight, guys. Okay, here and here, and I think we should put a piece here too, don't you think? Okay. And, oh, look at that. I've even got marker on there. I have no idea how that happened. Our crafting supplies sometimes get a beating, don't they? Tomorrow, I'm doing a watercoloring class with my downline, my team member, Caroline Bona, in my hometown. So that's going to be fun. We've got some newbies coming. That's always exciting. Okay, so I'm going to, oops. Just make sure those corners are even. Oh yeah, that looks really great. Okay, now, who wants me to show you actually to start with a plain piece of berry burst and show you how to fold the card? We're first going to finish the card. So I'm just going to do this, and then we're putting adhesive just on this piece right here. Normally you put adhesive on the part that you're actually gluing down, but in this case, the panel is going to go on here and it's only going to stick to the middle part of this one. Okay, so now we can flatten it and it's going to cover that whole opening there. And now we're going to press down. And you know what? I'm going to put a punch on it. And then I'm going to do this. And then, are you guys ready for this? I am going to give you a sneak peek. Oh, that's great. I will make it. I'm going to give you a sneak peek of the card that we're going to make tomorrow. But there is a catch because tomorrow is Saturday. And I have the class that I'm doing, the workshop that I'm doing in town. So it's not here. And it goes from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And that's 4 p.m. in the Netherlands is 10 a.m. in Canada and the States. So it might be a little bit later. Or I could record it. So you guys have to let me know. Do you want me to do the video live later? Or do you want me to do the video pre-recorded so that you get it at the right time tomorrow? I'm going to show you the card. I love this card. Oh yeah, late to the live. Okay, here's the card for tomorrow. I'm going to run and grab the... Here, let me move this out of the way. I'm just going to... This card should not have any distractions. That's the card for tomorrow. Should I zoom in a little bit? Let's have a look. I'm going to zoom in a bit. Here we go. And I'm going to go grab a piece of paper so that I'm going to show you how to cut that thing. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and here's our piece of Berry Burst, and let's have a look and see at our card if it dried well or not. It did. Look at that. Oops. How cool is that? And then you can pick it up and poke that one back, and then it sits like this. Isn't that cool? It's a great card. It's a fantastic card. You could add some gems to this, but I kind of like it just the way it is. I really do. All right. I'm not liking the lack of whatchamacallit, of clarity. I don't find that it's very sharp today, and that must mean the internet's not as good. Let's have a look. It's gorgeous, isn't it? I know. Oh, this is great. I'm so glad you like it. It's going to be so much fun. It doesn't involve any cutting either, hardly anything. Oh, now Debbie, that's a great idea. Well, I'll tell you what, you can recreate the card tomorrow and then you make it with the box and the lights and then you can show me. That's great. I love it when my students do outshine me. Haha, pardon the pun. Okay, are we ready? I'm just grabbing my paper trimmer and we're going to put the arm out and I am going to, let's see, switch it over. There we go. And I need to get my, I just have to clean up a little bit and clean up my space, guys. So just bear with me for a minute, talk to each other. And I'm just uncovering my measurements. I'm going to do this in inches, okay? The process is the exact same in, let's see, zooming out a bit. There we go. So we're going to cut this to 8 inches by 5.5. Okay, 8 inches. I could do it. Yeah, I'm going to do it in inches. Next time I'll do it in centimeters. Okay, but the idea of it is exactly the same. If you look at the diagram, this just explains the process. Okay, so 8 inches by 5.5. I have to cut it this way because this is European cardstock, so I am wasting some cardstock. 8 inches by 5.5. Now I'm scoring at 2 inches and at 6 inches. Here we go. And then I'm cutting. I'm just going to bend this a little bit so that we can see it a little bit better. I'm going to go to the 1 1/4 inch mark, and I can do that on either side. I'm going to go on this side at 1 1/4 And then we're going to cut from score line to score line. So I'm getting my cutter, and that's at the 2-inch mark. So I have to move it a little bit. There we go. So from the 2-inch to the 6-inch. There. That worked. And then we're going to do the same thing at the 1¼ inch mark. We're cutting from score line to score line, and that's 2. Let's see. There's a little line right in your cutter there, in your blade, that points to the right thing. And do you see how my cutter is white there? I've put a strip of tear and tape on the back of this so I can see it better. So I'm going from 2 inches to 6 inches. Okay. And then we're going to make a little score line at the top here, and that's at 4 inches. So at 4 inches, a score line that just goes to the cutting mark. And then from the bottom, like so. And then we have to make a score line in here on both sides, and that's at 3 inches. And the score line is only going in the center panel, so it's going from the cut line to the cut line. So from the 1¼ to the 4¼ Go back there at 3 inches and at 5 inches. Okay, again, scoring from the cut line at 1¼ to the cut line at 4¼ There, and now we have it. See? And so, as usual, I don't have my bone folder, so we're just going to score, well, not score, you know what I mean, burnish. And then this one is here. These guys go, oh, this didn't cut all the way. Well, good enough. These ones are going to go that way. And I don't always get it folded right, guys. That takes me a long time to get that right. But that's basically how it goes. And then I fiddle with, whoop! It falls over if you do that. This piece has to go in front. There. There it goes. So there you have it. Here is the clear diagram. I hope that makes sense. There it is in inches. Here it is in centimeters. And I'm going to just give a shout out to all of the people who commented for the first time yesterday. Diane, Frances, Kelly, Barbara, Jenny, Janice, Sharon, Elaine, Maureen, Florence, and Melita. Thank you, guys. I talk about, let's have a look at that card again, finished card here. So here, the one that we did today has the saying on the right, and the one I did earlier today, and you'll see the difference. Let me see. Can you guys see the difference in the cards? This one isn't structurally as strong because I did this section was only 1 inch, and here it's 1¼ and that just makes it a little stronger, and that's why this piece is bigger. So you can fiddle with what you like. But yeah, now I forgot what I was, oh yeah, okay. I've got my thought back. Come back, Jackie. When you guys are watching a video from a demonstrator or from whoever, there's always a lot of creatures in the woods. They're watching and they see me, but I don't see them. And I'm missing out because you guys get to see me, but I don't know who you are. So it would mean the world to me if you also say hello. I am not going to do anything with you. I'm not going to bug you. I'm not going to reach out and hassle you to buy anything from me. That doesn't work. If you want to buy something from me, and of course I would love to get orders from you. I would love it if you bought PDFs from me, of course. It's my business. So I make these videos not just because I like to make videos. I make videos hoping to inspire you and hoping that people will buy from me. That's how I can manage to stay in business. Or I hope people join me in my team with the great starter kit deal. But anyway, I just thought it would be nice for me to explain to you why it matters to me that you take the time to comment. It's just really special and it adds to the community, and you just never know who else out there watching might know you, and that you might reconnect with someone you haven't seen in a long time. The world is a crazy place and it's smaller than you think. Anyway, thank you for joining me today. I'm honored and touched that you chose to spend your precious time with me. I hope you enjoyed today's card. And again, thank you to Cheryl Algie for this gorgeous card. I had fun figuring it out and making the measurements and making it work. So thank you for inspiring me. We all inspire each other. Sometimes I inspire other people and sometimes they inspire me. Tomorrow's card is a Jackie original, and I'm excited about it. So let me know if you want me to do it live or pre-recorded earlier. If it's live, it will be later. I don't know exactly what time. I'm thinking an hour later. Okay? Have a super day, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.